Ford have always been forward thinking in their attainable performance. From turbo 4-pots to V8s, they've always made it affordable. But what about when they start looking into diesel?
Take a standard Ford Focus, jack it up to the heavens with steroids and you get the Focus RS. Take a little bit out and you get the Focus ST. And a little bit further and you get the ST Diesel. Now, that's not to say that the ST Diesel is not an animal and isn't huge amounts of fun to drive, but it's just not as extreme as an RS or a petrol ST can be.
So I spend this episode looking at the Ford Focus ST Diesel, living with it and seeing how I get on. Welcome to Music Motors.
Today I'm down at Hendy Ford, and with the ST I'm checking out not only the other range they have, but the facilities that they offer to new consumers in the buying experience. Not only that, they are an approved RS and Mustang sales room, so I can actually check those out while I'm here. So Hendy Ford is the type of place you can go when you're looking at buying your car or your van and you need a bit of help. Maybe you're looking at an RS or a Mustang, well, they can sell you that. Maybe you need your car serviced and you want a full job to look after everything, including your tyres. They can look after that too. So this is one of many dealerships that they have all over the South Coast. Maybe if you're down my way and you want to check an ST, an RS, a Mustang, a Cougar, a Fiesta out, give Hendy a shout. On the road as standard, these start at around £28,000, and with some options, some tints, black pack, all of a sudden you're going to be up towards more about £30,000. But that said, you do get quite a lot of bang for your buck. A standard on ST3, you do get things like Apple Play, DAB radio and sat-nav. On the ST3 you then also get super comfortable full leather seats, Recaro, and the ST3 just kind of stands out above ST1 and ST2. When I told people that this was a diesel initially, and almost everyone said it, they say, well, a diesel's not going to be quite as much fun as a petrol, which in normal terms would probably be correct. However, this has the same suspension as brakes as a normal ST. So for that reason, this corners like it's on rails and brakes like it's got a parachute on the back. While on the straights, a petrol will pull away. In the corners, this will keep up, and the torque band of the engine will keep surprising you every time you put your foot down. 184 PS, around about 180 brake, and it does 0 to 60 miles an hour in around 8 seconds. However, I have managed it faster out of this.
Now for some practicality tests. Let's see how much equipment it can take first. As we've established, the parking test is something which is an essential for any new car buyer, any second-hand car buyer, in fact any car buyer at all. You need to test the parking capabilities. Does it fit in? How's the lock? How's the visibility as you're manoeuvring around? Now, that's something that really I've not noticed many people covering. So today, as per usual, that's what I'm going to do. Easy as that, it fits in the space. With a good amount of space side to side, you can be assured that even in the tightest of parking spaces, you will have room to get out.
Fuel economy wise, you could be looking anywhere between 46 and 51 miles per gallon. Now, bear in mind that you are going to have quite a sporty, fun car to drive. To think that you could potentially get 51 is great. Now, that's not me saying it's written on paper at 51. I have physically achieved tank to tank 51 miles per gallon. In fact, I think it was 51.4, 51.5. That was driving at about 66 miles an hour. As soon as you do pump it up to 70 and beyond, you will see the fuel economy drop off.
but that's totally expected. See, it's a big heavy car. The gearing is set to have a lot of fun, but as soon as you get into where the torque is going to be quite prominent and the turbo has to spool up, well, it's quite normal. It's going to use a bit more fuel. Comfort wise, this is superbly comfortable. The ST3 comes with heated seats and they hold you, and even though they don't have lumbar support, on a long journey, the seats aren't what get you. It's the suspension. Now, that's not me complaining about the suspension. I like the fact it has quite a firm and nice ride, but on a 7 or 8 hour drive, it can become a little bit tedious, all the bumps and bangs.
The economy test for me is probably the most important thing, because I do a lot of miles every year, and to have a vehicle which gives substandard fuel economy isn't something that I could deal with. So I'm playing for the Adele Songbook Theatre Show tonight in Stoke-on-Trent. I'm picking a guitarist up in Andover. I'm going to fit all the equipment in and then drive an obscene amount of hours. Tomorrow I'm heading over to Castle Combe for a race day, not racing this, but it's just that living, doing heavy mileage experience. How does the fuel economy do? Okay, I've made it. Fuel efficiency wise, we were looking at about 51 miles per gallon combined, which for the entire journey wasn't bad, coming up to 200 miles. Traffic wasn't heavy, so it wasn't too bad. As the journey goes, that was pretty easy. And just like that, my day of driving, gigging, is complete. And the thing that's really surprised me is that the car performs more like a sports car than a EcoBox. So on the back roads you can really have fun while you do lack a little bit of power. The torque is there and the power is really fun. The fuel economy is good, the space is great, and it's comfortable. From a musician's perspective, this is a wicked car. Today I'm somewhere a little bit different. Normally I don't end up at a racing circuit with the car, but it just so happens my friends at Ergon Motorsports are having a bit of an open section track day. While I'm not taking the ST on the track, I am checking out everything that's going on here. Now the amazing thing is that the car kind of fit in with the sportiness of the car park. It didn't look out of place. And coincidentally I ended up parking right next to a direct competitor, the Golf GTD. Each has their own quirks and personalities, but it was just interesting to see that this is a car that if you're a motorsport fan, it's gonna fit in. And in actual fact, if I did take it out on the track, it would do extraordinarily well because the thing handles fantastically. Now for a quick hot lap from my friends at Ergon Motorsports.
This is kind of the perfect car for if you're looking to have something which can take the family during the week and that you can blast around the back roads at the weekend. Space wise, it's, you know, the same kind of size as you would expect in like a Golf, but it has a higher load capacity, so you can actually stack all your items a bit more and still be able to pull everything over. Now for me, that was great. I was able to leave all my equipment in the back of the car at a Travelodge car park, pull the cover over, no one's any the wiser of anything that's in the back. The suspension's quite strong and firm, so it wasn't showing that there was lots of weight in the back. It's a Sunday morning, and what do you do on a Sunday morning as a car lover? Well, as summer season approaches, you're probably going to end up going to a few car meets. So I've come to the first one of the year down in Port Solent. This really summarised to me that this is a vehicle that could fit in anywhere from any part of a motorsport life, but then it could also fit in from a family life and a music life, and it just reassured me that this really was a super versatile vehicle. My general thought with this car has been, I'm massively impressed. I've lived in this car and done almost 900 miles in the thing. I got in it daily and it always made me smile. The amount of equipment I could load in safely and keep hidden was fantastic. The leather and plastics were hard wearing, and from an everyday perspective you can see this being a perfect family vehicle. And then at the weekend you get the buggy out of the back and you can go and have a blast on a B road and keep up with a petrol ST, because the only place they are going to pull away from you is on the straights. And if you're on a twisty A or B road, well, you're going to be keeping up the entire time because the torque band's going to keep you right there. I would definitely consider buying one of these, especially in this colour and especially with the black pack, because it just looks great and it feels great and the drive quality is fantastic. It's about safety, reliability, and Ford are great at that. I'm definitely impressed with what this car is.